Now this series will go ahead and show you the best methods of what to do and how to position yourself just to go ahead and win games. I usually like going for kills, but this is gonna be like a good balance, so you'll be able to get some kills and you'll also be able to get that win at the end. We are gonna go ahead and follow just different gameplays so I can best showcase to you what to do in certain situations. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. First tip, actually, before we go into the video, is have something that you'll be able to dry your fingertips with, because whether you are aware of it or not, your fingertips get sweaty and that might actually go ahead and just cause a little bit of harm to your aim and your movement in the game. So have maybe like a little towel. If not, just get used to doing this throughout the match. That way your fingertips are always good to go. Now let's go ahead and get started with the gameplay. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with the most important decision that you're probably gonna go ahead and make throughout the whole game, and that is, where are you gonna go ahead and land? Now keep in mind, I am a person that likes to get a lot of action right off the bat, so I usually like to land on places that are gonna give me a lot of action. If you're just starting off, I will highly suggest you just get used to the movement, get used to the guns, get used to shooting and all of that, then you can get a lot of action. But if you are landing at a place, go ahead and set a marker and jump off at 1400 meters. As soon as you jump off, go ahead and look up with your left thumbstick, unless you have that switch to the right, but make sure you are looking up, and then you can move around with the eye icon. Now while you're doing this, as you get a little bit closer, you can actually go ahead and start flying sideways. That way you'll land a little bit faster in case you can't go straight down, since you're not gonna probably be right on top of the place. Now as soon as your parachute deploys, wait 10 to 15 seconds to be able to look around, since around that time is when other parachutes are gonna go ahead and start opening, and you'll get a bigger sense of how many people you're gonna be fighting and how many people you are gonna have to destroy. And as you could see, we were the first ones to land, and that is great news whether you're landing in Pochinki or just anywhere else in the map, and that is because you get first pick at guns. Heck, at this moment, you want to be able to pick up anything that you're able to pick in regards to weapons that you can defend yourself with. If you can pick up a pan, if you can pick up a crossbow, go ahead and pick that up, because you will have something to defend yourself. And if you are the first one to land and you pick up an AR, keep in mind, you might be able to go outside and shoot people that are probably still parachuting. Trust me, it has happened to me before, and it's one of the easiest ways to go ahead and get a kill. Now, as well, a lot of people don't actually use third person. If you get a chance, just do what I'm doing right now. Stand near a corner and just look around. The reason why I'm not worried about my back is because I didn't see anybody landing over there, and I have not heard anybody just pass me by. A huge thing that's very important with this game is sound. If you're playing this game without sound, just know that you might be actually putting yourself at a disadvantage. I've been able to hear this guy ever since I landed, and boy, were we able to just destroy him. And not only that, but he was actually able to give me a lot of good loot. I was able to get another AR out of that. I was able to get a helmet, a backpack, a lot of great stuff. So please make sure you have at least headphones or something on to be able to hear the game a little bit better. If not, you are going to be at a disadvantage, and I don't want you to be in any disadvantage at all. Now that your ears are in tune with everything that's going on with the game, you're going to be able to hear footsteps a little bit better. As you can tell right here, I was able to hear that guy from just a far distance. I was able to actually see the direction he was going to be coming from, and it was just like a lion hunting a baby goat. He had no chance whatsoever. He didn't even know I was next to him, and I was able to go ahead and secure an ump, which is actually a gun that I like to use a lot. So definitely, if you can, get yourself some headphones, get yourself some good equipment if possible, or just any headphones at all, because as I mentioned, sound is just such a huge thing in this game that I do not want you to miss out or put yourself at a disadvantage. And at this point in the game, you should be able to hunt down people if you are comfortable with it. I'm the type of person that if I hear a gunshot at the beginning, I want to go ahead and just find them first before they find me. I want to have my eyes on them first before anything else. So as you can see here, I am moving cautious because I don't know where they're coming from. So definitely suggest to go ahead and do the same thing. Now, if there's gunshots all over the place, then feel free to go ahead and just go and run. Be more comfortable. Don't be afraid to die. You will end up dying, but that's okay. As long as you're learning and as long as you're improving every single game, that is what it's all about. Now, at this moment, I hear somebody behind me, but I know there's also somebody in front of me, so definitely choose your targets wisely. Pick and choose what would be better to kill first, the person in front of you or the person behind you. In this case, I decided to kill that person because it just seemed like an easy target, and also the person behind me had thrown a grenade and I didn't want to go ahead and blow up into tiny little pieces. But now that I secured that kill, I'm not gonna go ahead and loot him first because that would just be an awful thing to do. I am gonna go ahead and just try to find this next person, and you will notice that I closed this door because I don't want him to come in through that door. If he does decide to do that, he will have to make noise. Right here, I spotted him and he made a huge mistake. He let his head out and it's an easy kill. If you do end up doing something like this, make sure your head is always hidden. If not, you are just gonna be easy pickings for everybody else. And if you want to go ahead and put yourself in the situation of the guy that we just killed here, what he would have actually done for his benefit is he should have actually gone prone like I'm just doing right here, because regardless, I was gonna be able to see his head and I was gonna be able to spot him. This is a cat and mouse game. You don't want them to see you, you want to be able to see them. So in situations like this, make sure you go ahead and go prone. That way you don't get shot right away. And right here, I was able to actually get my favorite gun, the M4. I would highly suggest to go ahead and try a variety of guns and see which ones you're more comfortable with. For example, I usually like to rock an SMG with an AR or anything along those lines. I don't really use snipers that much because that's something that I'm not comfortable with. So definitely use something that you're comfortable with. Right here, you will actually hear me shoot one shot and one shot only because I'm trying to figure out where this person's at. Usually when people hear gunshots, they want to go towards them and they want to get kills. Unless they don't feel comfortable, then they'll run away. But right here, this is just a strategy for me to try to get a sense of where this person's at. So definitely go ahead and do that. Keep in mind, if you are going to go ahead and shoot at least one time, at least try to do it while laying down so you don't give away your position. Right here, I absolutely freaked out. Try to move side to side and try to use that third person as I did right there. There you go. I was able to secure that kill, baby. So definitely, if you are shooting, try to move side to side. I personally use a claw setup. If you want me to go ahead and show you that, please let me know in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to make a video on just how to play claw and how to set that up, because it will give you a great advantage. You will be able to move around and you will be able to shoot at the same time, something that's a little bit harder to do if you're just using 2 fingers. I sometimes play with 3 to 4 fingers, so definitely it's an advantage you might want to go ahead and look into. And if you do have a bigger screen, don't worry, you're able to play claw as well if you're playing this on a tablet or whatever it is. Now, as you could see there, I was healing. Always try to at least lay down while healing. That way you don't accidentally get shot from any window or any door. And if you are gonna be near a door, at least have a sight straight to the door. That way, if somebody does come through the door, you will be able to shoot them right away. At this point right here, I want to go ahead and get set up for the middle of the game. Definitely keep an eye out where the safe circle is gonna be. That way you don't get caught by surprise and end up dying to the circle, because when I first started playing this game, that happened to me a lot. Now, as you can see, I'm able to hear some gunshots that way. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get into a car and just position myself a little bit better, because as I mentioned, this is the moment where I transition from the beginning to the middle of the game. So if you have been enjoying this video so far, if this was helpful to you, do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because definitely we will be coming out with episode 2, the middle, and after that episode 3, the end. Right here is where I heard the gunshots. I'm just driving around. I'm just trying to see if anybody's gonna shoot me. I am gonna go ahead and start positioning myself for the middle of the game, and I'm gonna go ahead and start seeking high ground. So stay tuned for that episode. It has been the 7 Worlds Gaming, and I'm gonna go ahead and see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Like and share if you enjoy the video and think others might benefit from this, and of course subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video.